All right. So the sport this week, the NBA All-Star reserves got announced. I thought they were announced last week, but they were recently announced.
Oh, so that was just like a projected
Yes.
list? Yeah, okay.
So I will tell you the East All-Stars. Jimmy Butler.
Oh, John Butler Trio. What's that famous song?
Horses. Zebra.
Oh, Zebra. Shit, I learned that on the guitar back when I used to play that. Yeah. I'm sorry to interrupt and
right. You're gonna play it, are you?
Yeah, sort of bulldoze your thing here, but what an absolute banger. I did learn that.
All right. So Jimmy Butler, what team is he on?
Oh, he's on the basketball one.
Yep. All right.
No, I only know Lakers, Celtics.
Right.
Is Red Rockets one?
No, the Red Rockets is dog's appendage.
Can I please interrupt with a story?
No, you cannot. We need to go do things.
Can I say it at the end?
No, you can't say it at any time because it's most likely inappropriate.
Okay, when you leave, I'm going to tell it.
All right. So there is Jimmy Butler, Kyle Lowry, Ben Simmons, the Australian, Chris Middleton, Jason Tatum, Bam Adebayo, and Domantas Sabonis.
Domantas Sabonis?
Yes. And then for the West, they have Damian Lillard, Donovan Mitchell, Nikola Jokic, Rudy Gobert, Brandon Ingram, Russell Westbrook, and Christopher Paul.
There you go.
So to pair up with the starters, what? You're thinking about a Red Rocket. All right, well, that is the All-Star reserves that will be partnered up with the starters. LeBron James and Giannis Antetokounmpo are captains. They will be choosing the teams come shortly, but they do have a wild new setup for the All-Star game. So they are doing, at the end of the second quarter and the third quarter... No, hang on. Let me get up exactly what it is. Let me read it word for word so I can be 100% right. So, oh, wait, that's not it. All right, so scores to be reset to begin second and third quarter, and a target score has been added with a Kobe Bryant tribute twist, which will decide which team wins. And it is $500,000 for charity is at stake. So what they're doing, I believe, is... so the first quarter, whoever wins, $100,000 goes to their charity of their choice. Second quarter, again, $100,000 goes to that charity. If there's a tie, it will be rolled over. So the next one will be worth $200,000.
Okay.
And then the... what even happens here? And then at the end of the third quarter, the scores are added up. Random. And then it's the first one to get to the highest scores plus 24, which was Kobe Bryant's number. So if the scores were like 32 to 27, 44 to 16, 32 to 13, like all of those high scores will be added up plus 24, and you have to get to that.
Okay.
So it's a weird thing.
That is weird. I like
odd.
it though.
Yeah, it is quite odd.
Yeah.
And that's an untimed quarter, so that can go for 12 minutes, or it could go for 2 minutes.
So it's just whoever gets there first.
Yes. So if you're really close to it, like, and you only have to score like 24 points.
There you go.
Like that could take like 2 minutes in an All-Star game. So we'll see. So congratulations to all those All-Stars, and good on the NBA for changing it and doing a little Kobe Bryant tribute. And
I like that.
Let me talk about the Premier League for a second. Liverpool stayed only dropping 2 points. They are on a warpath for the Invincibles. They are on track to do it for the first time since the Arsenal Invincibles did it way back when with Thierry Henry. But they have a total of 70 points.
Oh.
The max they could get so far in the season is 72. They are the closest to them is on 51.
Oh, no,
They are that's just a demolition derby.
they've already got the bag tucked
Secured.
under their shirt. The ops ain't getting it.
Mate, they are just running away. They have 23 wins, 1 draw, and 0 losses. The closest to them is 16 wins, so they have 7 less wins, 3 draws, so 2 more draws, and 5 losses.
So
5 more losses. They're just on a different level.
Mate,
this
they
year.
are one of them coal trains where you got to shovel it. Steam engine.
Like a freight train.
Yeah.
They are just
Nothing
on
stopping it.
fire right now. They did win 2-0 against West Ham United with a Salah goal and an Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain goal with a Salah assist. And then they did win on the week before against Wolverhampton with a Firmino goal and a Jordan Henderson goal, which Sadio Mane got injured. And Raul Jimenez was linked up with Adama Traore for their goal, which was the first goal they conceded in 8 games, which is insane. They're just on another level. So looking forward to this week, we have... wait, that's not it. That's the table. The games to look out for this week are Liverpool versus Southampton. Can they carry it on? I don't see I don't see Southampton doing literally anything. Southampton are basically the feeder club for Liverpool. They have fed them. Virgil van Dijk, who is now the best defender in the world, came from Southampton. They gave them... who else did they give them? Sadio Mane, who is in line to be the best player in the world, probably in this year or the next year. They gave them Nathaniel Klein. They gave them one more guy. I can't think of his name. Right, I don't know his name. Oh well, they gave him multiple people.
Giannis.
Mate, they have a guy that's close to that. His name's Yannick. And then the other game to watch is Man United versus Wolverhampton Wolves. Bruno Fernandes just signed for £50 million. So, can he lift the Reds up? There, it's a very tight title fight between 13th and 5th is just 4 points. So, any team wins here and any team loses, you could be going up 4 or 5, or you could be going down 4 or 5. So, be on the lookout this week. Very exciting. Another one to watch is Newcastle versus Norwich. Norwich did a smash and grab last time and took the points away, but yeah, let's look forward to the games this week. So, that's it for sport. All right.
That's a wrap.
Well,
All right, it's story time. Story time with... There was one time where I had to go to TAFE. This was fucking ages ago now, 4 or 5 years. Am I an old head? And I was running a little bit late because I got caught up watching the last episode of Friends, that pan across the apartment. Catches me every single time. I got caught up watching that, and I was running a little bit late for TAFE, and then I noticed on my way out that my dog was in a corner, just licking himself. And usually, he's fairly excited to see me. He's a dog, he's got nothing but love. And he was just focused in on what he was doing, and that's it. So I got a little bit concerned, why aren't you giving me any love? So I went over and patted him, still nothing, still licking himself. I'm okay, no, something's wrong here. So I pulled him over, and I just saw this big red strip thing. It literally, no joke, literally would have been that long. So then I just freaked out. Didn't even look at it properly. I just freaked out. I went into my little sister's room, and I said, wake up, we got to take our dog to the hospital. It's his intestine or some shit is hanging out. I don't know how the fuck he's done it. And how dogs just lick open wounds and shit. I thought that's all it was. He's just trying to make himself better. So we come out, I flip him over to show where he's in, a little thing. And then I noticed that it's his penis. And it had just come out. And I'm not going to lie, this cunt's bigger than I am. He's this big. His dick is bigger than mine. It's fucking huge. And I'm oh my fucking God. What do I do? What do I do with my dog's exposed penis? I only thought dog's got the little red rockets. This thing literally came out of him like that far. It was red. He was like licking all up the shaft and shit. And like I was scared for him. Like I'm not touching that. Put it back in him, you know. So I take him to the vet. I end up calling my mum on the way over there. Like, hey, dog's dick is out. Taking him to the vet. And she was like, okay. And I got to the vet. And she sort of said, like, this is good that you brought him here, because if it's out for much, like, it's not going to go back in, with how far it's come out. Like, it's just not naturally going to go back in. So it's going to stay out. It's eventually going to, form clots, and it will have to be cut off. And she ended up having to use a bit of Vaseline and, lube it up to put it back in. And, yeah, she did thank me for bringing him in. But then she said, I sort of asked, what, possibly could have caused that. I've never seen that in any dog before in my life. And she said it honestly could have been any dog within, a 5-kilometre radius. He could have smelt a female, that far away, and that would have gotten him going. I'm like, oh, you horny little fuck. And, so yeah, brought him home, let my mum know that the vet put his dick back in, and then I sort of dropped him and my little sister off. And then I went to TAFE, ended up being an hour and 15 minutes late or some shit like that. It was ridiculously late. Looking back, I shouldn't have gone. I don't know why I did. And my lecturer was a bit of a dick at that point for that particular class. So as I walked in, I sort of said, quite softly, sorry I'm late. And he decided to call me out in front of everyone. Why are you late? And once you get past high school, that shit doesn't matter. Traffic, family problems, literally anything can happen. It doesn't matter. I'm there. That's it. Even if I didn't show up, that's fine. It's not his responsibility to chase after me or whatever. Fuck that cunt. And so he calls me out in front of everyone. Why are you late? I said, well, mate, my dog's dick came out. Took him to a vet to get it fixed. And he didn't know what to say to that. He did not know what to say to that. I probably looked like a bit of a weird cunt to all the other people in the class. I explained it to my little clique, and the others obviously. I don't know what they think. If you're one of them, message me. But and yeah, that shut the teacher right up. He didn't say anything. So after sort of 5 seconds of literal silence, I walked away and sat in my chair, and then once I'd sat down, he sort of just continued on the lesson. And yeah, I just spent the rest of the lesson talking to my mates about what had happened, didn't learn a goddamn thing, and then I took the hour and a half drive back or whatever it was. So that's my story. I hope you enjoyed it. Check us out tomorrow for another review.